them down. That's why I'm speaking now. Look at my YouTube page. I'm gonna motivate you when you had them bad days. Hey, 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 hey.
Hey, 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 hey. It's your boy, J. Michael, with another VIDEO. Today, first off, hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, or the dislike, however y'all feel. But we're going to talk about my apology to my fans. You know, because I get a little over dramatic sometimes, real animated sometimes, you know. But people have to understand, when you go through life by yourself, you feel alone. So you put this brick wall up. You put this iron mask around your heart. Because you looking at life like not just my mama's side, but my daddy's side. Out of my daddy's side, you probably got 2 handfuls that love me and care about me. But on my mama's side, no, none of them. And you like, what did you do to these people for these people to hate you the way they hate you? You ain't never did nothing to these people, so why do they hate you the way they hate you? Is it because of your mother and father, because they was on drugs? What that got to do with you? That's just like my father's side. Y'all left me out to dry. My mama's side, they hate me and don't even know why they hate me. And you like, if these the people that's supposed to love and care about you, and they turn their back on you, who are the people in the street? Who are the people in the world? Because if your own blood can do that to you, what about the people that don't know you? So you put this mask around your heart, and you put this mask on, because now it's like you gotta be hardcore to protect yourself. Because you have no backup. You have nobody you can call and depend on but God and yourself. That's all you got to depend on. So it ain't so much of J. Michael can dish it, but J. Michael can't take it. I can take whatever, but when you trying to share a moment, because you know you're not the only person that's out there that's going through it or been through it. You try to share that moment. So when somebody do run across this video and they sitting at home alone, or they standing on that chair with that rope around their neck, or they sitting in that bathtub with that razor about to cut their wrist, or they sitting on the edge of their bed with that pill bottle in their hand about to take them pills. And then they run across your video and they like, if he can overcome it and still stay strong and still fight through it and still stay mentally strong, and he been damn near through the same thing I've been through, I can do it. I ain't gotta kill myself. I can overcome this. J. Michael did it. So I'm not the only one that feel hurt, that feel alone, that feel abandoned, that feel worthless. J. Michael felt the same way, but if he can talk about it freely and still keep his sanity and talk about it proudly, I can. I ain't gotta kill myself. Thank you for sharing that moment with me. Thank you for opening up, because I was about to do something that I was going to regret. You know, That's why I share these moments. Because you don't know what people going through out there. You just don't know. And somebody have to be strong. Somebody have to have that drive, that ambition, that willpower, the courage to confess or share their moment. Because you just don't know, man. You got kids out there that you got children out there right now that's afraid because that individual told them, or I'm gonna kill your parents, or I'm gonna kill your family members, somebody, and that person's scared. And they scared. But I'm here to tell you, you ain't gotta be scared. Because if you share it with your mom, your dad, or your grandma, granddaddy, uncle, somebody, that person gonna get in trouble. And when those children share that with y'all, I mean, true enough, you got some kids that lie because they don't like that individual. But you still investigated. You still investigated. Don't leave that kid dry. Don't leave that kid hanging. Because that kid shares something with you. And it might be the last time that kid shares something with you because that kid that killed himself or that individual killed that kid. That's why I be animated. That's why I share stuff. Because you never know. God kept me strong and kept his hand on me and answered those prayers. Those prayers people was still praying up for me. It's for moments like this. Because you never know. How, you know, you go through life with 101 million questions. And all the questions and all the fingers is pointed at you. And you like, what did I do to y'all? Why did y'all abandon me? But then when y'all see me, it's, hi, what's up? Oh, you know I love you, I miss you, oh, but deep down in your heart, y'all know y'all really don't love me. You know, y'all don't invite me to stuff. This is my mama's side. They don't invite me to stuff. You know, how that's supposed to make you feel when they have barbecues, or they have family functions, or they have weddings, or wedding receptions, and you see it on Facebook, but you wasn't invited. You're like, wow. That hurts. Especially when you know for a fact, beyond a reasonable doubt, you ain't never did nothing to these people but love them and have their back. That hurts. You know, and you look in that mirror and you say to yourself, are you cursed? What is it about you that people don't like, especially your family? Because you're not a follower? Because you're not an ass kisser? I wasn't raised like that. You know? And I know there's some people out there that feel alone because their family don't ask them to participate in stuff. They feel unloved. They feel unwanted. You know, just pick up the phone and be like, hey, how y'all doing? What's up? Hey, they don't even do that. You go out your way to send Christmas cards, Easter cards, stuff like that, birthday cards. But you don't even get a hello or a 50-cent card. But you go out your way to make sure you let them know you thinking about them. I know it's people out there that's going through it. I I know it's people out there that sit by that phone and waiting for somebody to text them or call them to wish them a happy birthday, but it never happened. The only people that do would probably be your mom or your dad or your brothers and sisters, even if they do it half the time. You know, but God lets you see things, but it's up to you to understand it. Because one thing I learned about people, it's not for you to understand their motives. It's for you to understand your motive and understand God's plan. Because if you try to understand their motives and why they do what they do, you're going to drive yourself crazy. You're going to die of a broken heart. You're going to die lonely. So don't understand other people's actions. Understand your actions and God's plan. Because you have to understand, people see me, they always say, I keep that smile on my face, but they can't see that hurt inside me. I'm hurting inside, I'm crying inside, I don't know anymore. My family is gone, my friends are gone. They all turned their backs when things got tight. They all moved on and left me alone. They left me alone. Left me alone. Tell me, Lord, where did I go wrong? I had these dreams and there is no more dreams. It seemed like my life been put on hold. I have no one left but only you, Lord, 'cause you're the only one who understands me. The devil tell me that I'm not worthy, but you said, Lord, that I have the glory. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm hurting inside, but you said, Lord, you're right by my side, and that's all I need to succeed. So you old devil, leave my front door. You old devil, can't trick me no more. You old devil, leave my front door. You old devil, can't trick me no more. You know, you have to handle that hurt. You have to put that hurt in God's hand. Because God understands your heart. God understands your soul. You just have to understand your own heart. You have to understand your own soul. You can't let what other people say and what other people do break you. And that's what I was doing. I was letting the devil get to me. I was letting the devil make me weak because of what people were saying on here. But I'm a God's soldier. I'm a God's warrior. God know my plan. God know my heart. God already have it ready. I have to walk. I have to understand. I gotta know God's plan when the devil try to throw a curve ball. And it get hard sometimes because of this flesh. I don't care who you are out there. This flesh is weak. This flesh is weak. I don't care how strong you are. This flesh is weak. This flesh is weak. But know and understand, God is there. When you don't have nobody and you feel ain't nobody there, God is there. God gonna open that door. God gonna listen. God is always listening. When you think God ain't listening, God is listening. One thing you have to understand, God is not no genie. God is God. God is the Alpha Omega. God is Jehovah Jassi. God is Jehovah Jireh. God is Emmanuel. God is Allah. Whatever you want to call him, he understands and he's listening. But you have to pay attention. Because one thing you have to understand, the devil know the Bible from front to back, and the devil know how to trick you and think it's God, but no, it ain't God. You have to know God. Because if you don't know God, the devil's going to trick you. You got to know him. You got to understand your own Father. Because you look at these people out here and you be like, I know for a fact she or she is doing this. But they're getting blessed. They got Benzes. They got Cadillacs. They got millions. They got big houses. But I know they dirty. I know they evil. But that's not for you to understand. Because God said the rich is not going to make it to heaven. God say everybody that go to church ain't going to go to heaven. It's how you walk. It's how you talk. It's how you understand. It's how you communicate with your Father. Don't worry about nobody else. You communicate with your Father. You understand your Father. And God got a plan for you. Your plan might not be rich. Your plan might not be successful. Your plan might be to preach the word of God and save somebody else's soul. That might be your plan. That might be your calling. Because you have to understand, like I just said, God is not no genie. God gonna give it to you when he feel you need it, not when you want it. And that's just like love. I pray every day that me and my family get close. I pray every day that my family understand that I love them and I miss them. I pray every day to take that malice, to take that bitterness, to take that hatred towards me out of their heart. Even though I know I ain't did nothing to them, I still forgive them. I still think about them. I still pray for them. Because that's what God tells me to do. That's what God says, son. If you did dirt to people, you want them to forgive you. You want me to forgive you. God's saying, if I didn't forgive the people, the things people did out there, this world would be in a world of trouble. But I forgive y'all. That's what God's saying. Because God understands us. It's up to us to understand us. Y'all don't understand that. God understands us. But it's up to us to understand us. Because if you can't understand yourself, you can't understand things that's going on around you. True enough, we fall victims sometimes. But it ain't how many times if you fall. It's how many times you get back up and rise and still stand strong. It ain't how many times people lie on you. You still got to stand strong and fight through those darts. Like I always tell people, you got to understand that person in that mirror. Because if you don't understand that person in the mirror, what I always say, y'all, you ain't gonna understand nothing else going on around you. You can't be real with the people around you if you can't be real or understand that person in that mirror. You can put that front and fake the funk all you want. But God in yourself know the real you. You can put that mask on. You can put them suits on. But who are the real you? You have to keep it real with yourself. Because you have people out there that lie so much that they believe their own lies. And they get consumed by their fantasies. You have to understand God. Because God understands you. But again, you gotta understand you. And I just want to apologize to my fans for falling victim, for falling weak to the bashing, the hatred that people say in the comments, in the videos people make about me. I want to apologize to y'all for falling weak, because J. Michael ain't weak. I'm still human. I do have feelings. And for that young lady, I apologize if you feel that you can't make videos on me because you feel I can't handle it. I can handle it. Just like when you made the cartoon. That was hilarious. I was in tears. I was rolling. But I think I got caught up about my mom and my dad, because I always wanted their love. I always wanted to prove something to my mom and my dad. My dad is gone. He died January 2009, January 19th at 6:30 of lung cancer and blood cancer. My daddy was a dope fiend bum that lived on the street and slept in cardboard boxes. But I wasn't embarrassed of him. I wasn't ashamed of him. Because that's who God told me to love. That's who God told me to cherish. That's who God told me to respect. When I used to take women up there to go to Detroit to see my dad, I'd go to the neighborhood I know he be in, and I'd be like, y'all seen Big Mike? And my dad would come crawling out of the box. And the girls would look at me like, nah, I'm not embarrassed. That's my father. I love him. Despite of what he going through and how he's living, that's still my dad. And I'm a junior, and I hold his name proud. And as for my mom been clean now, what, 14, 15 years now? I'm proud of that woman. Her name is tatted on my back because I love that woman. I cherish that woman. Yeah, she get on my nerves every now and again, but that's the parents. I probably get on her nerves. But I love that woman. And I think when she made that video and she said something about my mom and my dad, I think it struck a nerve, because of how me and my mom and my dad had to live, especially me. Because you want your mom and your dad to be together. But even if they not together, you still want a decent mom, a decent dad. You want that love. You want your dad to show you this, show you that, not beat you. Even though I've been through all that, I still love that man. And I think another thing got me was when I was talking about when I got molested. And I said, I have a sexual addiction. That makes you strong when you can recognize your own faults. It makes you weak when you're in denial. It makes you soft when you're in denial. It makes you a chump when you're in denial. But like you said, it makes you a gangster when you can recognize your own faults, recognize your own addictions, and handle your own addictions. You know, you have people out there to say, he probably wasn't a good dad, he probably wasn't a good husband, he probably wasn't a good boyfriend. I'm a damn good dad. Husband, probably mediocre, because we both did dirt to each other. boyfriend, probably mediocre, because we both did dirt to each other. But when it comes to spoiling my women, I spoils them to the fullest, to the max. Because if your woman look good, it make you look good. But, to answer that question, I probably wasn't a good husband at that time. I probably wasn't a good boyfriend at that time. But everybody try to put the blame on the man. It take two to mess up something sometimes. But then it just take that one. You get what I'm saying? I mean, the women I was with, my wife, she wasn't no angel. And the women that I was in relationships with, they wasn't angels. They play like they was angels, but then they point the finger at you. Oh yeah, when I was married, I messed around. When I had girls, my girlfriend, yeah, I messed around. Because I knew they was messing around. They'll say they wasn't, but I knew they was messing around. So I did what I did. Was it right? No. That tit for tat, is it good? No. But again, I was young. I wasn't even 21, 22 yet. Got married when I was 20. But mind you, all them years before 20, from 13 to 20, 7 years? I was by myself. No guidance. None. And I didn't really understand love. Because like I said earlier in this video, if your own family can turn their back on you, who are the people in the street? You don't trust nothing. If your own family don't love you, you don't trust love. You just go with the flow. You can feel it because the emotion of it. But do you trust it? No. And I think that was my battle with life. I think that was my battle with love. I love these individuals, but I felt I always had to protect myself because of what I've been through. And was it right? No. Because you always have to give that person the benefit of the doubt to understand they love. But I didn't, because I always protected me. Because I felt I had to protect me. Because again, if you can't understand, if your family can easily turn their back on you and leave you to the wolves, who are these people in the street to you that you don't even know? But you're supposed to trust they love? But as I got older, I realized non-blood be more family than blood. Trust and believe that. I'm sorry, y'all, that y'all see J. Michael act up on here every now and again. But I am human. I do have feelings. Even though some people out there think I'm indestructible or I'm a superhero, I do have feelings. I do have emotions. I'm not an android. I'm not a clone. I'm not a robot. I'm a human being, just like y'all. And I love sharing my moments with my fans. I love sharing my moments because you don't never know who's going through it. I was a bum in school, middle school, elementary school. I was a bum. I wore the same pants, and I go to the mall, ball up silk shirts, stuff them in my pocket, and go home and iron them. And wear different shirts, but I always wore the same pants. I didn't have the best of the clothes like my cousins and them did. You know, my cousins them lived on the west side, and the west side was the bougie side. I lived on the east side of Detroit, the hood, the ghetto, the griminess. We have good suburbs on the east side, but people felt the east side was the ratchet, the nothing people. They felt like we was worthless. That's why you see certain people in Detroit from the east side, they talk aggressive, they talk loud. Because we always had to be that person to prove something to people. You know? But I'm older now. And one thing I learned is I can't hold my past. I can't hold on to that baggage. Because if you hold on to that baggage, it eats you up. It destroys you. It breaks you down mentally. You will never forget it, but you have to let it go. You have to grow from it. You have to speak on it. You have to open that heart and release it. And watch that weight. Watch that weight on your shoulders be lifted. Because you lifted. You took that burden that you've been holding for 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 60 years. And you release that burden. And you let it go. Because once you become old enough to know wrong from right, you can't use your past as an excuse no more. I understand it mess with you mentally. I understand it mess with you emotionally. But you got to be strong. Like I said, you have to understand you as a woman, as a man. You got to understand that individual. You gotta walk with that individual every day. You gotta wake up with that individual every day. Even by being violated, you survived. You lived. So that means you're supposed to talk about it and share that moment with somebody that's going through the same thing that you've been through. Because you can save a life. You can open up that love in that person got that hatred, that malice, that bitterness in them. You can share your experience and release that from them people. Trust me. I know. And being a gangster, being in the game, you know, I had people in the comments say, oh, he wasn't never in no game. I was. But I didn't brag about it like my members. I was always low key. I was always low key. I didn't really shake up because I didn't have to prove nothing to nobody. When it was time to go handle business with my crew, I was there. Know that? I was there. You know? And then you had people in the comments say, oh, he ain't no gangster, he ain't no drug dealers, they ain't gonna talk about it. How many of y'all watch gangster movies? How many of y'all watch gangster interviews? And they talk about it, so that don't make them a gangster? Because they talk about it? That means they changed. And they shared something with y'all individuals to say it's nothing in that life but jail or hell. It's only probably a handful that will survive. That's why people like us talk about it. To try to save the next child that's coming up that want to be a gangster. That's why we talk about it. That don't mean we not gangsters because we talking about it. That mean we changed gangsters. We are men now. Respectable men. It don't make us soft. It don't make us weak. It don't make us a punk and it don't make us a B, because we share our life experience with y'all. So y'all don't make the same mistakes we made. Because some people make it out, some people don't. And we be sharing our moment so y'all ain't gotta experience that. Because it's nothing, oh, I got them knots, I got them bricks. All you doing is inviting people to come and get you. You know, I wasn't gonna speak on this. I told a lot of my fans I wasn't gonna speak on it, but I'm just gonna address it for a second. Just like the Mr. Cryer new intro. It's a nice intro, don't get me wrong. But you 51. You have nothing to prove to these people to say, I'm not with LaToya, I'm not with Erica. People can continue to hate on me. I'm still getting the bag. Look on, I got Balenciagos on. I still got about 15, 20 bands in my hand. Look at my Mustang. Look at my watch and my jewelry. You don't have to prove nothing. Your numbers on YouTube is speaking for you. Your numbers are speaking for you. Stop inviting people to rob you. Stop inviting these wolves in the bushes looking at you. Stop setting yourself up for failure, my brother. Stop it. We know you got Dolo chips. We know this. Your numbers on YouTube backs that up. Stop proving stuff to people and do your thing, my brother. Yeah, I know I be on here doing what I do. But again, to address those people to say, I be hating on Mr. Cryer, I'm jealous of Mr. Cryer, I don't like Mr. Cryer, I'm clout chasing off Mr. Cryer. I'm not. When I do motivational speaking, I get what, 400-500 barely of views. But then as soon as I make a video about Mr. Cryer or the Mucker or Erica or LaToya or anybody in that circle, I get what, 6,000-7,000 views? And that's a shame that people like drama more than they like positive. That's a shame. That's a shame. You know, it would be even nice if me and Mr. Cryer could set up a celebrity boxing match between me and him. Would y'all like that? How many of y'all be like, oh, I'm going to see that? Or how many of y'all be like, oh, Mr. Cryer gonna whoop J. Michael? Probably. But we'll never know. Because it is what it is. As y'all see, that man don't respond to me. And I don't expect that man to respond to me. I don't look for that man to respond to me. I'm just doing me for my fans. That's why I made this video, to apologize to my fans. Because my fans don't like when I be off my square. Because they sure let me know in my comments. They let me know. That's why I love my fans. And anybody out there that's my fan, that's not my fan, ask my fans. I communicate with my fans. I might can't get to all of them, but I make sure I hit that heart to let them know I seen that comment. I talk to my fans when I can. Because if it wasn't for my fans, my page wouldn't be growing. That's why I love my fans. And other YouTubers have to understand that. Them same people that watch y'all videos, it's the same people that's paying y'all them checks. Oh man, they ain't paying us them checks, man. Google Pay doing that, YouTube paying us. But if it wasn't for those fans watching y'all videos, y'all wouldn't get them checks. So it won't hurt to hit the heart to say, I seen your comment. It won't hurt to put a thumbs up to say, I seen your comment. I know some of y'all be having over 100,000, sometimes million comments. But get to many as y'all can to show them people that they appreciate it. That's why, again, I made this video for my fans. I love y'all. J. Michael out.